there.
I agree.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, Carl.
Or Allie.
It's Allie. Can you hear us?
Hey, I'm just in my Alliance board meeting. Are you on your way home? She's on her way. I did put oil in your truck. Nothing on his car, but he did get a rental car. I got him to get his rental car. Yes, he's got it towed to exclusive auto. All right, I gotta let you go. Bye. Taylor's car croaked
Oh no.
yesterday on the way to work, so I had to pick him up, take him to work, and got him to a rental car place today.
That was a little inconvenient for you in your day.
Fortunately, I had this week off. That was not my intent of my time off.
Well, if things have to happen, it's good that it happens at a time you have time to take care of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, our board is here. Maria. Don't see her yet. And Mr. Tom is here.
Hello, how you doing?
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
You're on mute.
Happy birthday, Kurt.
There you go. Now everybody knows what you look like. Give it another couple of minutes, I think.
That's what I'm thinking too.
If no one joins, but we got Denise.
Yeah, Denise is here.
Denise
Tom is here.
Yep. Well, Tom and Marky
Marky's here.
are, I was gonna almost say we could do onboarding.
There we go.
If the membership doesn't show up. But we got Denise. Denise, I'll have to say I love seeing your pictures and updates on you and Xander.
I'm texting Maria.
I'd say if I figured out how to unmute this, it's a miracle. I did.
Good job.
Well, it told me it wanted to record, which was very confusing because I really just wanted to yak, not record.
That's a message because Kurt or whoever the host is has the recording meeting.
Yeah, I had that
So
first one.
Yep, you have to click OK
I
first.
saw that one, but then for me to unmute, it indicated I needed to allow it to record. So whatever. I guess we're in a record off.
A record off.
Anyway, well, thank you so much about the Xander pictures. I enjoy sharing them.
Yep. Hello, Monica. I saw your chat message.
We were talking about you today, Denise. Yeah, that we were having dinner and reminiscing about Fjordfest last year, going up to the fire tower.
I still look at that picture and cannot believe I climbed that flat fire tower. But that's why I did it once, so I never have to do it again.
Well, the comments were from the others. Well, the lady that was on the back of my carriage said that we did it in record time practically. And I says, no, Denise did it in record time. We were just a little bit behind her.
Oh, yeah, we had a fun little race up, that meadow, and he was still pretty fit from winter. So, uh, but I'm looking forward to being back there again this year.
Yep. Yeah, we were talking about who we're taking. I guess we're taking more horses than I had originally planned, but that's another
And
long
you were
story.
aware?
Huh?
I said, are you taking more horses than you were aware you were taking?
Yes. Yes. Marky
Well, I
can.
was thinking about throwing some cones in the trailer if we wanted to do a cones lesson, if you know.
Yeah, I can bring a couple. I think I have 4 or 6.
Yeah. I mean, I've got 13, but the ring isn't really big enough to do all of that. But
Yeah,
could figure I've got enough if we could split the difference. I've got some exercises I can set up and show people, how to do cones.
that'd be good.
Mhm.
I think we're at 8:05. Janelle,
Yeah, I think we should probably just go ahead and get started, and people can join in as they come on along. Anyways, welcome. Thank you for coming. It looks like mostly the board here, but we have some wonderful members as well. Tonight, I'm real excited about this meeting because it provides us with an opportunity to showcase what the board had highlighted during their annual campaign, or during their strategic planning meeting back here on April 11th. So we're going to go through a few things. One is just a recap of what our committees accomplished in this last year. And then we're going to redirect us into the new year and what their vision is. At the strategic planning meeting, it was just amazing to have so many board members that already had the vision of what they wanted to accomplish. They're intelligent, they're capable, they have so many gifts. It's such a beautiful, diverse board that we have this year. And I know the opportunity to be able to help pull them together and get us really focused on membership this year was something they totally agreed with. They all came to the table saying that this is a year to really focus on membership growth, communications, events, and being able to use our infrastructure to even help support that more. So thank you for being here, for being a part of this conversation. I think that our board is not only ambitious, but very capable of managing that ambition as well. So I'm very excited that this group of people are really already on top of what they want to get accomplished this next year. And now it's our opportunity to be able to bring that to you for your thoughts, your support, anything that you feel that we need to review again. We're very happy to do that. But I'm also very excited tonight to have you hear directly from each one of the board members, because I think you'll see that they truly support the membership, and they bring a wide range of skills, which is really amazing for us to be able to pull all those skills and those wonderful people together with their talents, so that all the things that they want to do, they're fully capable of accomplishing. So I also want you to understand as a member that you're number one to us this next year. I hope the activities we have planned will reflect that to you. And I also think that you'll find a lot of support moving forward. Lastly, I want you to know that I'm always available for you. You're always welcome to contact me directly by email. or by phone number. I love staying in contact with memberships, and I hope to talk to each one of you individually throughout the year. So with that, Kurt, I think we're ready to get started.
Okay. Since we're using Zoom, I have a list of people that um, from the Zoom. Right now we have 13 people. I imagine it's going to come and go as we move through the meeting, and I'll just try and keep track. So that I'll use Zoom for roll call. Moving on to the previous minutes of July 10th, 2025. Do we need to review those, or we?
I think we could make a motion to accept them.
And can you clarify, is that from the last year's annual meeting?
No, that's we had a meeting. The last year's annual meeting was on April 3rd,
Right?
and the July meeting, we tried to have a meeting in July. We had a few members, but we didn't have it wasn't well attended.
Are we saying that's the last member meeting we had?
Yes.
Really? Didn't realize that was that long ago. Okay, thank you for the clarification.
Yeah. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved. That's
Okay.
Lisa.
I'll second Kurt. That's Erica.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that makes them they are posted on the website already in draft form. I'll just change it to approved, and we'll go from there. Thank you. Do we have
I don't see Maria on Zoom. I've texted her, but I'm not getting a response. So we can just move on to annual reports and come back for that.
we can. Making some notes. If we don't have Maria in a little while, I after the annual reports, I can bring up the financial reports and sort of go through them real quick. So Jen Ellen, I guess we're to the 2025 annual reports.
Okay. So what we have here is a list of committees that we had in 2025, and they worked all year in developing out some initiatives that they had put in place in the strategic planning meeting for that year. A lot of times they had some things that worked out really well, which they'll discuss. And also, a lot of times they found that things didn't quite serve them well. So I was able to have a lot of one-on-one conversations with them in their New Year initiatives. But I think it's interesting when they reflected, a lot of what they went through that year kind of allowed them to refocus on the things that they felt they could grow on. So we'll just start down the list here. Is Caitlin with us tonight?
I'm here.
Yes.
Hey, there you are. I can't see everybody. It looks like the Brady Bunch to me, but I can't see everybody. Caitlin, would you mind sharing with us a little bit about your year-end report and about the awards committee?
Sure. Hey, everybody. I am Caitlin Smith. I am the awards committee chair. We met about a month ago, and discussed some of our opportunities for improvement and also some of the things that we think are going well. We were super excited to receive, I think it was 67 submissions for awards last year. I'm sorry, I don't have the numbers prepared on how many awards were actually given out. Um, but we're super pleased with the participation. I joined, I think, in October or November, or no, September of last year. And so it was a little bit of a new process to me. Our number one goal is to improve the timing of organizing the awards data and then sending out the actual awards. We want to have that done closer to the first of the year. It can be a little bit tricky because of all the holidays and things like that. But another thing we want to improve a little bit are the forms. We've got to see how the forms work with the website and what kind of improvements we can make. But improving the forms will help us improve with the data management. I would also, at some point, like to hold a meeting or a forum and just get people's feedback on awards, what they like, if they have any ideas, what they'd want to see, or maybe that can be a survey of some sort, but I'd like to chat with the membership about things they'd like to see. And you can email me directly if you have any fun ideas or feedback, because we want you guys to have and be awarded for what you're doing, whether it's competitive or non-competitive. This is for you guys, so if there's anything we can provide or make better for you, we want to do it. So sorry, I'm very wordy. That was more than 2 minutes, but
That
thank
was
you.
Thank you. I think also what you'll find this year is that each one of the committee chairs will have their own email address. So we'll come up with that. And that's really helping us as far as internal communication and organization too. So thank you for that. Communications. Is Margaret here? Let's see. Erica and Kurt, do you want to, both of you, I think, were involved a little bit in communications. This is a big year for improving our communications.
Lisa knows about 2025. We we didn't get a report from Margaret. Do you want to wing something, Lisa, or do you want to? We can skip it.
I mean, in 2025, we focused on trying to create repeatable processes for our communications, getting in front of the membership information through constant contact, and getting it out on Facebook, I think would be probably Margaret's biggest thing she was doing. She held a monthly meeting with the variety of committee chairs. I think that was really effective and helped facilitate conversation and coordination between the teams. So that would be kind of the highlights that I would say for it. Margaret was kind of and the other thing that Margaret had with her communication meeting is we had a review process where when committee chairs drafted their communications, it would run through myself, Margaret, and the board to share feedback and edits before things went live. So there was a group effort with it. I know the board made a decision to, I believe, not have a communications committee in 2026. So Jen Ellen or whoever can chat on our approach later. But last year I thought it worked. I thought it went quite well.
Yeah, we're good. Okay, we've got elections with Erica.
Hi guys. So I have my little cheat sheet note. Elections last year, we had a 43% vote rate. So we had 76 people out of 177 vote. This year already with our election this year, we went from 43% to 70% participation in the vote. So that's amazing. I'm super excited about that. And then I have some more information for this year regarding that. But I'm super excited to see the numbers already start turning over. And I love Election Buddy. Everything is, I put emails in and then everyone gets a number and it's anonymous on who votes. And it keeps track of everything and it gets us the results this like a minute after the election ends.
Nice.
So super excited about that and the stuff to come with that this year.
It seems like that process is really streamlined this last year. It's
a little complex to start, but honestly, once you have it going, it's great. So super excited about it.
Thank you for your help on that. Lisa, with the events?
Events. So 2025 was somewhat of a year of analysis and learning and introducing ourselves. The year started out where we had an NFHA representative attend the Fjord Horse International meeting and the Stallion Show. Kurt originally was the delegate and sadly was injured, and I was the backup. So I did visit Norway. They were super excited around the alliance and the concept of the alliance, having an organization to promote and educate on the breed. So that was very well received. One of the highlights of the trip was the alliance did choose to sponsor and present ribbons at the Stallion Show. And we gave them to the top 3-year-old and top 4-year-old. So that was kind of a neat introduction to the international fjord world. Fjord Horse International also in, I don't know if you would say enthusiasm for us or in the excitement of us. Actually, I've mentioned it to Kurt and I have them, gave us 2 neck ribbons awards for how the Alliance would like to use them. So those I do have, so that is something the board can talk about in the future, how we want to use them. So very well received in Norway. We also, when I got back from Norway, the board did give permission for me to do analysis related to potentially hosting an education event. And so I did a little bit of analysis. Initially, we were thinking potentially in the Midwest. Then we heard back from Norway. Just so folks know, we were trying to have Norway as the keynote speakers of the event. And they were preferring like a January date. So surely people would not want to travel to Minnesota or Wisconsin in January. So we're still in the analysis phase. I really hope that we can potentially offer this to our membership. I'll be working probably with Rachel and the board to potentially send out a survey to get board input. We really want to find out if members would be interested in this, having seminars and clinics and Norway representatives there to share and talk about the breed. So that's something that's exciting. And I should have held that for later. I apologize, Jen Ellen. I segued. Another thing we did is Kurt was able to attend the judges conference also in Nordfjordeid. The Alliance was one of, Kurt, was it about 5, 6 countries that were there? Do you recollect? There were about 30 participants. So it was a great honor that Kurt was able to attend that and represent us, again, giving us exposure at the international level.
9 countries.
9, thank you very much. And then to kind of close out the year, I worked on scholarship proposals to expand our scholarships. And so I gave a kind of a draft proposal roadmap to the board. My expectation is the board will talk about it more, and hopefully we will have some scholarships that will be announced later. And of course, we still want to get membership input. So again, there could be a survey or maybe a meeting. So that's kind of the highlights for events. Oh, the biggest one is, and Erica just did it, was at Harrisburg Expo. One of the big things we're trying to do underneath this umbrella of events, besides the educational part of it, is to go to more expos to promote the breed. Erica and others just attended in March the Harrisburg expo that was there. That was a great success and a great promotion for the breed and the Alliance. The I will talk more about that later in the meeting, but those were kind of the highlights for the year. Was introducing us, attending the Stallion Show and Fjord Horse International meeting, the Judges Conference, introducing ourselves to the international community, starting to look at having an education event here, and trying to maybe expand some of our scholarships. So that's the highlights from events.
Nice. Thank you very much. I'm going to talk about fundraising this last year. We started out the year and we just really laid some groundwork for establishing fundraising policies and procedures. We just created some clearer processes for handling donations, ensuring our compliance with legal and nonprofit guidelines. We improved our donor tracking. And we really wanted to create kind of a consistent and transparent approach to stewardship and communication first. So we wrote a lot of donor packets. We did a lot of infrastructure before we actually set out to fundraise, which will help us for years to come. Just the process in which we fundraise and why we do it, and the stewardship of the money we receive. In 2025, we raised $8,200 in a combination of individual donors, corporate matching, sponsorships, and our first annual holiday campaign, which is a Forlux and Follies photo contest, FF25 is what we call it. We're still waiting for a $750 matching grant for the donations that were made online during that campaign. So 8,200 is where we ended up. Overall, we felt, I think that 2025 was pretty successful as far as fundraising, especially when we were just starting, just laying the road work. And then also we finally got some things implemented about halfway through the year. So we really only had about 6 months that we were really fundraising. We had a lot of positive feedback from the membership about the photo campaign. Both online and personally, a lot of emails, a lot of thank yous, a lot of, oh, this was fun, which generating that celebration for our fjords was exactly what we were doing when I was trying to plan out that fundraiser. I wanted it, number one, just to be about celebrating our fjords. Number two, just membership camaraderie in that fundraiser. And number three, asking for that donation after they vote. I created as an option instead of trying to sink people in like, hey, if you spend this much money, you can vote. We just wanted it to be an option at the end. And we did pretty well that way. And everybody was still able to vote whether they donated or not. So there was a lot of legwork that went into that campaign. About a month and a half, we built a web page, which was pretty intensive. But the great thing about it now is we can reuse that web page for other photo contests that we will have coming up. We just have to revise a lot of it each time we use it, but it's built and it's ours, and it just stays in our archives until we're ready to pull it out again and use it. So we'll probably use it twice more, and then we'll retire it for a little while. But the photo campaign was everything we hoped it to be. It was fun. It was interactive. We got to see a lot of fun photos from our members. And we also were able to raise quite a bit of money our first year for that. So again, we hit all the high marks. And just the fact that as far as technology, our webpage did what it was supposed to do the first time out, that alone just really made me happy that we were really involved with that web page and how to write it, how to promote it, how to structure it, how does the money interface in getting donations. So I was just really pleased that on the technical side, it went well. And then our membership was really pleased with it. So that was, we had a lot of wonderful individual donations, one of which is for a membership folder, which the memberships will be getting in the next month. Now that we have our committee chairs, we can finish out that membership packet that goes in the folder, and the folder is beautiful. And I'm just really excited that pocket folder for every member to receive. So, okay, and now we have membership with Erica.
Erica?
She must have popped off.
Yeah,
Okay.
we did lose her.
Okay.
I guess we can skip down to me.
Yeah.
The social media, we have a presence and have since 2024 on Facebook and Instagram. We currently on the Facebook group, which is the most active um, exchange we have 1.2 thousand members of the group, and it we get several posts a day. So um, Facebook is happy with us, and we have a pretty active group there. The Instagram page needs work. If you're good at Instagram, I'd love to talk with you. One of the biggest problems we have, we can post to both the Facebook page, the group, and the Instagram page, or all at the same time, but Instagram will only allow posts if they have a video or a photo. So some of our announcements don't have that, but we're trying as much as we can, and we encourage you to get your friends to join our groups. That's all I have for social media at this time. And moving on to the website, I noticed I had to throw myself in there at the last minute. We Margaret Bogey started the website in 2024 with her own funds, and she got help from a couple people to start with, and I think she used Wemo, and then she switched to Wix, which is probably a much more robust website, and she did an excellent job for not being a professional web designer. She did us a really good job of putting together this website for the uh, Norwegian Fjord Horse Alliance, and we the board made a decision that we wanted to improve it. We wanted to bring on someone that had a professional ability to do the website. So Maria Miser is the current website owner. Margaret allowed it to be transferred to Maria, and the Alliance pays now for the website, and we have someone that does support us to make changes to the website when they're technical. We're still in progress, and later Rachel can talk about where we're going. But the biggest changes we made this year was to try and make it a little bit more robust, but mostly behind the scenes we made some changes with who's the admins and who the owner of the website is. So it's fully owned by the Fjord Horse Alliance at this point. That's all I have for website.
Okay. So I just text Erica and she's texting back, but I don't know what it is yet. I do know with membership with Erica that they this last year that membership packet was a lot of discussion that we had together. So we wanted to be able to provide the membership with something as a thank you. And it was a packet that we created that not only talks about the committees, the board of directors, it had an educational component. And there were just wonderful things in there as far as contact information, and also a little bit showcasing some of the events and calendars that we had. And it is right now all complete, except now that we have new committee chairs and a new board. Those names have to go into it, and then it's ready to print and to put into that pocket folder and to be emailed out, hopefully here in May. So that was a big part of it as well, as far as, and the membership drive as well. So with publications, I know she's working on a newsletter, and if she pops back on, we've had a lengthy discussion about the newsletter that we've had in the past and whether that format is working well and how to get her more content. So like when I talked about looking back over the past year and some of the things that didn't serve us well, one was just trying to pull in enough information so she could put out a nice newsletter. And I think in having conversations with her this last week, I think we've got a great new plan in place for an updated newsletter, how to get content, how to include committees in getting content, and some stationary things as well that will be in every newsletter. So I think you'll see a vibrant new one coming out based on the newsletters that we had before. There'll be more, along with the communication plan, will be kind of set dates and times that those things will go out. So if Erica jumps back on, we'll regroup with her. She might have something more to add. Moving on to our 2026 Board of Directors, I'm sure many of you have read the results of what we have, but I'm very excited that they are here tonight. Their vision during our strategic planning meeting was just so vibrant that actually this next part of this membership meeting is the best, because they're going to be able to talk about where they're hoping to take the Alliance this next year. And we have such an amazing array of intelligent people who are so capable at what they're doing. I know when they are speaking their vision that it's actually going to happen. And so in talking to them this last week, I'm just saying, what do you need for support? What do you need for resources? What are your next steps? And also I needed to get a regroup something with them financially to see where they need fundraising for this next year. So our board of directors this year is myself, Jenna and Cedarstrom, Rachel, if you want to raise your hand. She's our vice president, and she's doing so much as far as trying to get us interfaced and a lot of our internal networking put together. And she's very gifted in that area as well as education. So we're excited to see her take that forward. Maria Meister is our treasurer, and we're still trying to track her down, but I'm sure she'll be here. I know that she was working on a horse rescue. She sent me photos of, so that might have taken longer, or they might have come up with some hurdles with that. I'm not sure. Kurt Pierce is our secretary. It's also his birthday today. And Lisa, Lisa, raise your hand. There she is. So Lisa's also another just a star player. She has so much experience in strategic planning. The events, I have no doubt, are going to be thoroughly planned and executed well. And I'm really looking forward to finally the Alliance having something to hang their hat on as far as something we put forth as our own event. And the expo she'll talk about a little bit too. Allie is here too. She is one of our newest board members as well. She's also a rabbit judge. And so it's exciting on Facebook to see how many times she's been out judging rabbits. But she also comes with a lot of experience with working with youth. And I'm so excited that we actually have broken youth out into its own committee. They're our future. And so I'm excited to see what she does with that. And then Erica, again, she's going to be working on publications. And also she's going to be working with membership, which I think she's going to get a little bit of more help with that this year. So it was good. Of course, we have an election in process, and we're hoping to add 2 more board members. And
Erica is on.
oh, hey, Erica.
Sorry, my phone kicked me off. I'm not sure what happened.
That's okay. I talked a little bit about membership and publications, and we talked a little bit about the membership packet, and we talked a little bit about membership drives, and we talked about the newsletter. And just I said that we would, moving forward, when we talk about the new year, we'll talk a little bit more about our ideas for the newsletter. But was there anything else other than those things that you wanted to add?
I think that's it because I have numbers, but I was going to compare them to like where we're going. So I can mention that on the new year goals.
Perfect. Okay. Last year was a lot of us just trying to get certain processes in place for not only the board, but the committee. And this year, having going through a year, I think we're in a much better position to actually hit the ground running. Last year, I think we were trying to still figure out our capacity and what we can do and who we had to support. It was a year of figuring things out. But now that we've got that down pat, I know this board of directors is ready to run with it, and I'm excited just to see what they can do. Our 2026 goals. So after our annual meeting that we had April 11th, which was a wonderful day. It was an all-day meeting, but we actually came together, and it was amazing for me to see from all our different perspectives that we all felt that these 3 things were at the top of our list. And so now, having a lot of different skills and talents within our board, there are many different ways we're going to come together to tackle these things. And our first goal was, of course, membership. We really wanted the Alliance this year to focus on our members and how we can better promote them, how we can represent them, how we can provide them with more educational opportunities. We are also working on doing more engagement and then a qualitative survey as far as interests and just anything having to do with membership, like automatic renewals, communication to you, newsletters, ways in which you can participate, ways in which you can have more fun with your fjord. So all those things are part of the strategic planning meeting, not only for the board, but we also agreed in each one of these 3 key areas that the committees would also be responsible for what they do to support those 3 goals. So they may look at each one of these. How can, within my committee, have a better relationship with our members? How can we, like Caitlin was mentioning, having a survey, how can we better form our committee to give you what you really would like to see the awards committee doing? We also talked about our second goal, which is communications, and communicate both internally and externally. A lot of our communications on our website, our social media, our newsletters, a lot of things that we're trying to integrate with documenting our communications, not losing a lot of our forms and files in our individual emails. So that was one of the reasons we created organizational emails, is so that if I get sick for 3 months, you're going to be able to go into my emails and find all the documents you need. Plus, having a place to store those documents, whether it's a Google Workplace or another format that hosts those documents. That was important to us because we were starting to lose things. And we wanted to be able to go to a central location where we can pull those documents once again. And also for future boards, boards down the road, 3 years from now, they're going to have a place that they can go to get the information they need and the policies that we've created this year. Secondly was external communication, and along with that, an increased membership engagement. We're hoping that by increasing our communication, that we will be able to get our tentacles out to the community, and hopefully that'll increase our membership. One of the other things that we worked on was our third goal, which is events and education, and we are already all over that. We decided that as a outcome measurement, that we would host at least 2 in-person events or educational webinars in 2026. I know Lisa's already excited about all that. Participants, we also agreed that expos and promotional activities can count as an educational event, as long as they're educating the public about the breed. There's so much more that goes with that, from online YouTube videos for education to something we'll talk about a little bit later, which is a grassroots program to get the Alliance out into regional areas. Kurt, you're gonna have to talk for a bit.
All right. Yeah, sorry, Janelle has a sore throat, and she's doing pretty good so far. During the meeting we had on April 11th, like Janelle said, it was an all-day meeting. We settled in on standing committees and ad hoc committees. So the list we have right now is advertising promotions. We still need a chair for that. For awards, Caitlin Smith, can you talk about now a little bit more precise on what you'd like to accomplish in 26?
Yes. So again, as many, or as Jane Ellen was just saying, we want to, continue to increase engagement. From my understanding, we have the budget to be able to offer many awards, more than we're even getting right now, and we. Again, I'm sorry I'm not prepared, but we were able to offer an award to everyone that submitted last year, and we want to give the membership, what you guys want, see what you're doing. I think we need to do some chatting with the membership to see what you guys are out there doing. I put out a little survey on Facebook a couple months ago just to see what everyone is planning on. Also, I want to say that the awards submissions are open. So please, please, please submit your competitive awards, start logging your hours, your riding and driving hours, check out our page. If we do any updates of the awards submissions pages, they'll be minor. It'll just be to help us organize our data better. But we want to see more member engagement. We want to communicate better with you all to let you know what we're offering. And again, please reach out if anyone has. I've talked to some people about some ideas they have for more awards. And so if you have any ideas, any improvements you want to see, things we can do better, things you want to see for the future, creative options. Right now the sky's the limit. So,
Caitlin, I think the Your email for that is awards@fjordalliance.org, O-R-G.
Yep. My inbox is at 0, so I'd love to see a little ping come through. Who wants to send me my first awards committee email? But I think that's what I have. We have a timeline planned, um, and a management plan in place for award submissions. Also, I think we don't have any submissions yet. Um, I did, I should submit because I went to a dressage show. So, um, I got a 66%, so I'm sure someone will beat me. That's a challenge for you guys. Somebody come through and send in a higher training level score. But we want to make a spreadsheet and update it monthly for the awards so people can see what they've submitted. You will get an email when you submit. But I know sometimes that can be hard to go back and see, like, what did I submit? I can't remember. Was it for the right one? So um, we want people who have submitted awards to be able to see what they have submitted, and also to see who else has submitted. Maybe we can have a little friendly competition. But awards are not just for competitive riders. They're for everyone. So make sure you check out everything we have to offer. But start recording your riding hours, your driving hours, for those awards as well. And let me know if you have any questions. And I will send an update when we start getting some submissions. I don't have any yet, so get those in, and I'll send a link and let everyone so everyone can see the that we update monthly the award calculations, and also so you don't all send them in on October 31st, and then I have to process a million at one time.
Okay. Education, Rachel?
Yes, and Caitlin, it's nice to put a face to your name like in a video format. And I'm sure you and I are probably going to connect over website stuff and how it can help you. Um, Okay, education. I don't really have any like hard and fast things right off the bat. Really, I'm trying to build this committee with members. So if anyone here or watching the recording or reading the minutes has any interest in joining this committee, that would be great because right now I'm a committee of one. Um, I did include in our up and coming membership survey a question about what members would like to see in terms of education. So I think that will help inform me and the board, and everywhere else too. So that's really it for me.
And your email address,
Oh,
Vice
I
President?
yes. I don't know. I know Kurt, we had some back and forth. I don't know if there's a separate one for this committee,
No,
but okay.
there is, but I know that the Vice President at
Align.
fjordalliance.org will also get to you.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, events, Lisa?
Events. I'm super excited. You guys, I am going to retire this year, so I will have time to plan a bunch of events. Big picture, we've done Harrisburg, and that's been a great success. The Alliance would like to expand potentially to 4 expos. So what I'd like to do is I need to get input from members, whether we're going to do a survey or I'll probably call a committee meeting and see if we can get members, or if I have to, I'll just make phone calls to certain people. But big picture, we've got a great presence at the Harrisburg, Pennsylvania one. I would love to see, and of course we need to get input from the members. So this is just a, a hypothetical at the moment. I'd love to see us get in the Midwest, whether it's in Minnesota. Minnesota Horse Expo is this weekend here. Last weekend was the Midwest Expo in Madison, Wisconsin. So those are potential ones we could try to see if we could have attendance. I would love to potentially see if we could get something like in the Pacific Northwest, if there's something. So I'll need to reach out to people out that way. And you guys just trying to reach out and grow us. My newest brainstorm is I would love to potentially see if we could do an expo in Canada. The Alliance is not, we're open to NFHR horses, Canadian horses, unregistered horses, European registered horses. All fjords. And so I would love to see, maybe we even consider doing an expo, maybe at Calgary or somewhere. I truly don't know. So just a heads up, I'm going to try to reach out. The plan is to get input from people, let's say this summer, early fall. I would like in the fall to have the plan nailed down. Where is it we're going to go? Who's going to help? And when the time opens for registration for these different events, we already know where we're going. We already know who's helping, who's attending, yada, yada, yada. So I want to do a lot of the planning and analysis this summer, early fall. Hopefully we can come back with a recommendation in the fall, late fall, and, get membership support, get the board to approve it. And when we get to the early part of the year, whenever these registrations are, we are all set to go. We can pay the registration fee and go. Some of the open questions is, do we want to co-sponsor, let's say attending, whether it's a booth, or do we want to be the headline and we're doing it? So there's open questions, but I need to hear from the members, the board. So that's kind of for the expo side of the world. Like I mentioned, the other thing underneath this umbrella is I'm wanting to do research related to an education expo. The plan is to try to have Norway as a keynote speaker. We've chatted with them. They're very interested in it. So if we can coordinate and if there's interest in the membership and attending, that is something we would like to do. For example, I've talked to some people around, we could offer things like on maybe color genetics or different, there's different things that we could have of interest. So anyway, so I'll be coming to the membership for interest level there. Another thing that you guys that I really have a passion for, and I would love to see the Alliance go towards also from an education perspective, is evaluations. We are uniquely positioned that we can work with NFHR, Canadian, and again, like I mentioned, the unregistered horses. I would love to see the Alliance consider offering evaluation programs if the membership is interested, which I believe it is. I believe there is a craving for knowledge about our horses to improve our breed, etc. So that will be the third pillar of work that I will be doing analysis on and trying to propose that we get an evaluation program going. So if you're interested or if you know anybody's interested, please reach out to me. And I am definitely looking for member involvement, input, to make, to help guide us in these decisions. And Kurt, I have no idea what my email is. And if you could kindly send an email with all of them, that would be fantastic.
Events
what?
at fjordalliance.org.
Okay. I have not seen that in writing yet, so I did not know how you guys were doing it. Okay.
And did you get any emails from me today?
Today was a busy day, so I officially I have not gone to my email today.
Okay.
Other than to do this meeting, to zoom into,
Right.
click into this.
We'll double check it later.
Okay, thank you. I'm good.
Yeah.
Fundraising, grants, and scholarships.
Let's see. Right now, by the end of May, we're going to have a NFHA donor profile, our portfolio available, specifically designed to engage and communicate with. Our goal this year is to target and grow, cultivate is probably a better word, major donors. So we did pretty well this last year. We'll continue to grow on the base that we've already had through having some online fundraising and sponsorships. But this year, my goal is to secure 3 major donors between $4,000 and $6,000 each. And that's portfolio that I'm writing. It's not only based on our past successes, but where we're going. Includes vision, and that's one of the reasons I talked to the committees in the last couple of weeks, is just to get an idea of what they're financially needing, so I can put that in a financial kind of portfolio in the middle of that. So more like a financial snapshot, actually, of what we're doing. So my goal is that to try and get that done by the end of May. Just a very professional looking portfolio for us. Beginning June 1st, we're planning on launching a Fjord 4th of July photo campaign, much like our Christmas campaign. And June 1st, we'll start expanding that promotion, and we'll give out clear information about participating. I'm just encouraging the celebration of the 4th of July. And we will probably work on getting that website a little more integrated. There was a few things we saw this last year that we now have, since the holiday campaign, there is now a way that if we send out the link, it'll take you to the web page, and you actually can upload your own photo now, instead of sending it to Kurt, who sent it to me, to put up in a Google Doc for our website person to put on there, which worked, but this is now a way that they can just automatically upload their photo and put a name to it. So that took days to do. In December, this is just chat right now, but you were just talking about CFHA and our Canadian friends, and there's just been a chat about maybe having a Great Fjord frost off between them and us in a photo campaign. And just something really light and fun, but a way to increase our camaraderie with them. Just celebrating the winter beauty of our friends here and up north. And just having something fun with them. So I know during our strategic planning meeting, we discussed a lot about just building our relationships with CFHA and even the registry, to be able to say, let's have a little fun with this and see where that relationship goes. So that's it for fundraising, just developing major donors right now. There's been one talk about somebody donating stock. I have to work on that. And then just having a 4th of July photo contest, and then something at the end of the year. After that, we'll probably hang up the photo contest for a while after the December. That'll be the 3rd time we've used it. So we'll come up with something different and unique after that. So
Lisa, I think, is also working on a scholarship policy.
Yes. Thank you, Kurt. So you guys, I think folks are familiar that we have very successfully had the Dressage for Kids, the Wendy Luska Memorial, and Sophia has done excellent and done well and promoted the breed well. I did take a pass at kind of a roadmap for the future. Some of the potential ideas, again, the board has not reviewed it and we have not fine-tuned it, but kind of some of the ideas that I had was having an ambassador scholarship for somebody that's promoting the breed, maybe an adult scholarship, a youth scholarship that's not Dressage for Kids. And then I thought as the organization grows, we could potentially maybe even have, I'm going to call it regional, like maybe we split at the Mississippi River and we have East Coast or east of the Mississippi River potential scholarships, and maybe west. Again, just ideas to, find ways that we can have scholarship programs to encourage people to do things with their fjords and learn. So more to come. Like I said, I just kind of did a draft and a roadmap to the board. We'll need to present that to the membership for your input. You guys probably have some great ideas that things I hadn't thought of. So anyways, more to come, but we are trying to expand our scholarship program.
Membership, Erica?
Sorry, guys, I couldn't get myself off mute. It just kept trying to change my photo. So, membership, the goal is I would love to get 10% off of our 2025 numbers. I am working. I had a very long conversation with Janelle yesterday, and we are actually super excited for things that are going to come with memberships this year. We are currently trying to do a reoccurring membership, so you don't have to remember to renew your membership with the Alliance. It's just automatic. But I also am really trying to do life memberships. We have our breeders. All of our breeders I know would be, automatic life. I personally would be an automatic life member. So those are huge goals we have for this year. I'm super excited. I think if we, buckle down and do it, I know a lot of people would be interested, and I feel like that would boost our numbers right off the bat. And if we can't do a life membership this year, the reoccurring membership is going to benefit us as well. I know when we were talking, I reached out to a few members just when it was election time, and people were like, "Oh, I forgot to renew. I saw the email. I thought I had time. I didn't know." And they were like, "Do you like?" People were asking me, "Do we have reoccurring?" And I was like, "No, we don't have that. It's something we can work on." So it has gotten mentioned a lot. So I would love to try to do that this year. But I think that's really all I have for membership. But I also do have publications. So I'm going to jump right into publications. This year we put Marky on with me. She just asked me. She was like, "When did I get on that one?" But she didn't need to know, so it's okay. So I was just talking with her. We are super excited to get newsletters out. We're going to hear from all of our different committees, get more involved. I am super excited to say, though, between 2025 to 2026, we went from a 39% open rate to an over 80% open rate. So all of our constant contact emails were more than half were not opening. And then all of a sudden now we're at 80, some of them are at 70, some of them are at a 93 to 100% open rate. So that is absolutely amazing. We also went from sending to 88 members emails to 197. So I am excited about that as well. And Kurt does a lot of the Facebook. I don't know if he had a second to look at that, but I'm gonna steal your gun there, Kurt. His rounded number percentage, he is at 635 reactions for his posts on Facebook. So every time Kurt posts on Facebook or somebody posts on Facebook under our page, we are getting roughly 635 views on our posts. So our members are engaging in our posts. We may not be answering or doing everything, but they are seeing them. So I am super excited about that because all of those numbers have doubled. The biggest thing I would like to say is when you have a family membership, you have 2 emails. Those emails, both emails will get newsletters and both emails get voting. So when I was looking at our voting, more than half of the people who did not vote were actually family emails. So it's, Janelle, and I'm using you as an example because you just popped up on my screen. You get an email and your husband gets an email. Well, only you're voting. So then that's a whole vote not counted. Yes, you're receiving it, but you're not taking advantage of the voting opportunity. So what I would like, honestly, if you have a family membership and you don't know which 2 emails you have, please reach out to me. We can get you, some people say, oh no, we don't have that email anymore. And that happened a lot with the election. People were like, oh, I should have gotten 2. And I was like, well, this is the second email. And they said, oh, we don't have that email anymore.
Mhm. Right.
So that I'm going back trying to change and edit emails because people don't realize the emails they actually have on file. So if you have a family membership or you have an email and you're not receiving emails from us at least once a month, please reach out for we can we can try to figure it out, get your emails corrected, and get everybody more involved.
Okay, very nice. It's 10 after 8, so let's try to move through the rest of these. I did hear back from Maria, and she is out of range, so she won't be able to pick up a signal, but we can circle back.
Maria's
and
on the call.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
I made it in.
Oh, you made it in. Okay, I
About
just
the same time that picture accidentally went to you, I was able to get in.
okay. All right, well, good. So why don't we finish up committees and then we'll round back up to our treasury reports.
So we can skip down to website.
Mhm.
Rachel, have you had a chance to plan this yet?
Yeah, not really. I'm working on some back end stuff, but I think, I mean, we kind of covered it. There's some forms and functions that need improvement. Aesthetically, it's great, but we want to just make it a little more user friendly for some things, and mostly like finding our minutes and different documents, improving some of like the directory tables because they have a little wonky function. But that's about it. So that's a work in progress.
Right. And the farm and stallion pages.
Yeah. And a new committee is youth committee.
Yeah, so I guess I'll spearhead this. I'm on this committee with Marky. So this is a new committee. Just a little bit of background about myself. So, I grew up in 4-H, so I've been heavily involved in youth programs. I know Marky has as well. Sorry, my cat is she's ready for bed, so she's hanging out with me. But yeah, so I grew up in 4-H. I'm a 4-H leader now. I'm pretty heavily involved in some other organizations with youth departments too. So our youth numbers are pretty low. Membership wise, I just reached out to Erica this afternoon. We only have 6 youth members in this alliance. That's excluding family membership, so I'm not sure how many are involved within the families. So my first objective in the youth committee is honestly, it involves everyone in this membership. So I feel like I'm like Uncle Sam, where I'm saying we need you. We really need all hands on deck to, talk to youth, whether you're, you give riding lessons and you're giving lessons to youth kids. Again, we have to really reiterate that you don't have to own a fjord to join this alliance. So if, you're giving riding lessons or you're at an event, you're at the Horse World Expo and a kid falls in love with a fjord, say, hey, you could join our alliance and learn a lot more about the breed. We have all these events that are going to be coming up. So definitely hone in on that. And then those kids get the perks that this youth committee could offer. So yeah, just share the alliance, get membership, bring in those youth participants so that they can participate in the fun events that we have hopefully in the future. Second objective is a youth member spotlight. So we kind of talked about this during the strategic planning, but maybe a quarterly spotlight of a youth member. We could even do it on an adult member as well. We would need information and help from membership. So, if you have a youth that's very heavily involved in fjords in your region and you want to nominate them for a spotlight, send either myself or Marky a message and just tell us a little bit of background about the youth participant, their involvement in fjords or just in horses in general, and, anything that they would like to share about fjords. A third objective is a youth design contest. So this is something that we do. I'm a director of another organization within Rabbits, and we do a cover contest. So we do have a person on the board here that does T-shirts and apparel. I think it would be really cool to have a theme each year and have youth participants, draw something, whether it's a horse or something related to a fjord, and the membership votes, and then say, we have a T-shirt drive or something that that youth participant can, win something, and then, we have some Alliance swag, not just our logo, but something that a youth member drew. So it's kind of a third objective. Last objective, and this is kind of in the future. I don't think it's something that we can do yet because, again, our membership numbers for youth is really low right now. But I really think a royalty contest would be something that would be a really cool initiative within the Fjord Alliance. So in rabbits and in some other species like cattle, they will have a king and queen. So a royalty contest would be a really cool event for youth to participate in. And we could spotlight those kids, especially at, the Horse World Expo, Fjord Fest, things like that. We could get those kids to be involved. Typically in a royalty contest, it would be something like an exam, an essay, and an interview. Obviously, we're all in different parts of the country, so we'd have to utilize Zoom for the interview portion of it. But I really think it would be a cool objective, something that kids can work towards. And I think it would be a great thing, especially for kids to put on their resume, when they're going off to college, that they had this opportunity. So that's kind of the gist of what we've been talking about. We would love to have more people involved in the youth committee. It's just Marky and myself. We'll just have to see where it goes, but bring on the youth. So we need them.
Yes,
They're the future.
Yes, they are. So I'm looking forward to talking to you more tomorrow night about all this, and all these ideas really gear us up towards hopefully Lisa's year-end activity, where we might have a youth section at that too, and maybe that'll draw more in for memberships. So Maria's offline again, and Erica just had to go to a structural fire. So
We, the ad hoc committees is a new area that we created this year. They're basically as needed, when needed, committees. Some of them are stipulated in the bylaws. And these committees are when needed. So we don't need to cover them at this point. None of them are, except for the executive committee, none of them are constituted at this point. So Jen Ellen, did you want to talk about the micro events, or did you want me to cover the financial plans in a
Yeah,
1,000-foot?
yeah, why don't you go ahead and cover that, since Maria's lost coverage again.
Okay, I have to change my, there we go. Who came on board?
I can't see.
I was hoping, okay, I see now. So oh shoot. Did it really decide to do this now? All right. If you all can see, we have the two columns, January, December 24, January, December 25, and then January to March 26. see if I can. For some reason, my computer doesn't like to do the bottom line is, if I can get to where I want, let me do this. I know that's going to be harder for people to see, but I'm trying to get it to page down and it's not wanting me to do it. All right, so it's not going to give me. Again, I apologize because now I just lost my share. Oh, I see what it did. All right. I have to stop. There we go. Okay. Sorry about my thing. So right now our net income, we started out at December of 2024 with $4,929.67. 25, we have a net income of 8,703, and currently we're at 11,843.23. So the bank account, we have a little more in the bank account just because of the lag there. There's some outstanding checks that haven't been cashed, which will show that here in a little bit. So right now we're in pretty good shape with $11,816.74. The checks that have been written this year so far, and there's, like I said, there's 3 checks that as of this report hadn't been cashed yet, but they have probably been cashed since then. Are there any questions about our financial report?
I would add that one of the expenses that we have this year and we will have reoccurring each year is board of directors insurance. So that's something we implemented new for this year, which also covers any event or expo booth that we may want to have moving forward.
If
The DNO.
the board of directors approved this report at the last meeting on April 11th. Are there any further questions about the report from the membership?
You can
If
also
not,
request this at any time throughout the
Maria, would definitely, if you send her an email at treasurer@fjordalliance.org, she'll be glad to answer any questions you have.
Yeah.
And real quick, did we want to talk about the micro events?
I can just summarize really quickly what that's about, and it's been something that has that I've been kind of driving as far as we have events on one side that we're really gearing up to having some larger events, but I also wanted to do some local regional based things where we have an opportunity to go out on a regional basis, finding farms that would host 1 day events, kind of a grassroots type program. It's very simple. It's just being able to find a host family that would open up their farm for a day. And we would reach out to the local community, whether it's FFA, Pony Club, 4-H, or other equine organizations, to come in and just to learn more about fjords. So there's a lot of things that this promotes. Number one would be youth that comes out. We would hopefully see if they would want to obtain a youth membership for the Alliance. It grows our membership as well. We're driving people towards also something that's larger that might be at the end of the year. We're also providing educational opportunities about the fjord themselves in a fun, and it could be experiential way, whether it's knowing how to trim a horse fjord's mane, or maybe they have a breeding program, maybe they just have a driving program, whatever that fjord farm has that is in kind of their pocket. That's what we would highlight that day. But we would also bring in some educational components to teach others about fjord, whether it's fjord colors and markings, or just something very elementary based on whether it's more kids or adults that come out. It's also going to help me to get our tentacles more in the community to build membership and relationships on a grassroots level. So this would be a free fjord day for them to come out and to just learn more about us. I will oversee the management of the program, and I'll represent the Alliance in person if need be. We'll be developing host packets that will be available on the webpage beginning June 1st. And we're just going, we have 4 farms right now that are interested, and I'll get with them. But just think of it as very simple, very just, it's people meeting people. It's getting people on the grassroots level engaged in the Alliance. And hopefully we're growing more membership regionally, which could it turn into regional hubs, or at least having a regional ambassador for other people who own fjords to come to and to network with. But we'll see where it takes us. So we're going to at least start out with 4 this year that we know of for sure.
The other additional item we have is we do currently have a special election going on. We have 2 candidates, Marky Palmer and Tom Schneider, both who are on this call right now. And the voting will be April 24th through May 1st, with the results announced on May 2nd. There are 2 vacancies. One is a 3-year term to expire in March 31st, whatever year that was, and the other would expire March 31st of 2027.
Mhm.
There anything from the members that you'd like to ask or talk about? Going once. All right. the board has not set up the next membership meeting. Now it'll probably be 2-3 months from now or so. So we'll let the membership know as soon as we know. Jen Ellen?
Just thank you so much for being here tonight and for being part of the conversation. Remember that this is just a snapshot of what we're planning on doing. Throughout the year, you'll receive updates as far as our planning is going. We're hoping to have a lot of that planning documented, so there might be a document you can even follow along with to see where we're at. You're welcome to ask questions at any time to any of our chairpersons or myself. We're always available for you. So again, thank you so much. It's an exciting year ahead of us. I'm really looking forward to seeing what we can develop this year. So thank you to all the committee chairs and to our board. I know it's because of you we will be successful this year. So thank you.
Thank you for joining.
Yep. Y'all have a
Good
good
night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.
evening.